Good evening, everyone. Guys, today we're going to be talking about drones, UFOs, UAPs, whatever this phenomena is all over the world. Can we just, though, for a second, just take a second and and try and think how actually, how wild this actually is, all right? We have got now, absolute mass hysteria all over the United States, all over the world now. It's as far as I'm concerned, it's undeniable that there are drones flying over, over parts of the United States. This has become common knowledge now, and the fact that so many people are just meh, meh, doesn't matter. To me, that is kind of the biggest thing to look for here. People just really don't kind of like you go and ask a good 40, 50, 60, 70% of the public, and they don't care. But the reality of this is like some of the potential possibilities of this really are profound and life-changing for every human on the planet. I don't think these are anything unworldly. I think these are man-made, and I'll come on to my working theories on what they are. But first, guys, just let's think about this. If this was really some sort of, I don't know, alien invasion or something, then humanity really would be under the the movie Don't Look Up, where like there's the asteroid heading towards Earth and nobody cares. We don't care. We're just looking day to day. We don't really care we don't really care about anything that's outside our peripheral vision. It's absolutely insane. And I think, we should just take a second and conceptualize how insane this is, what's happening in the United States at the moment. Now, before we go on, in fact, I'll give you my two working theories at the moment. The first one, I've kind of discarded it. I don't really see it as credible, but my two working theories. When we saw these drones, like most stuff, it's what's not happening that gives you more information. So there was no concerted effort for anyone to take one of these things out of the sky. So straight away I was thinking, right, okay, why is that? And then they're all over, military bases, nuclear bases, US Air Force bases. And this was while it was in the United Kingdom. And I thought, right, okay, there's no way that the United Kingdom government doesn't have helicopters, aircraft to go and chase these things. And guess what? See where they land. And then, do you know what? Those people go and pick it up. Just go and ask them if they've got anything to do with, if they've got anything to do with it. Question them, see where this goes. So straight away in the United Kingdom, I didn't believe, because I've worked in that sphere, I didn't believe for one second that the government in the United Kingdom didn't have that capacity. And then when it happened in the United States, I was with 100% certainty the United States can put aircraft in the air that have longer loiter time than these UAVs. And even if they can't, guess what? The United States is the biggest air force in the world. The US Air Force is the biggest air force in the world. And if not, they can ask their friends, the second biggest air force in the world, the US Navy, to come and help them. So I didn't, from day one, I didn't believe that the governments didn't have the capacity to take these things down. I mean, just look what they did when the weather balloon came over, the United States. I think an F-22. Yeah, it was an F-22. I think it was an F-22 Raptor or an F-35. I think it was a Raptor. Went and took that out. So why has this not happened already? Like, why are the United States allowing this incursion into their airspace? Okay, so if they're allowing it, they must be involved. But anyway, guys, my working theories. First working theory is there's been a limited alien incursion and they're real UFOs, and real UFOs have come from space or somewhere, and they are monitoring nuclear launch pads, nuclear facilities, and to disrupt and discredit this phenomenon, the US military or NATO military or whoever have absolutely swarmed the ground now with obviously man-made drones to try and discredit those actual images of UFOs. So that was one of my working theories. Discarded that because that, I've not seen any credible UFO footage that I believe is unworldly. And again, I may be wrong, but you've got to look at Occam's razor, and you've got to think, right, in the realm of when we're talking about probabilities, what's the probability of X? What's the probability of Y? Go with the most probable. You know, it might not be, but I will always go with the most probable. So my standing working theory on these drones, and I'll come to this a little bit more in the end, is that this is a psyop, psychological warfare that is aimed towards the United States putting drones on the ground or in the air over Israel. Now, sorry, not Israel, Iran. Now, for those of you guys who've been watching the channel, I've been saying that the United States will have an invasion the United States will invade Iran. At the earliest, this will be March 2026. Guys, listen, you have seen nothing yet. So if March 2026 is the invasion date, working back, the United States need to sniff out and find where the Israelis have their nuclear capability, where they have their military bases, and they need to conduct a good reconnaissance. Now, satellites will be pretty much useless at the moment. Why? Well, if we look back to Iraq 2003, the Iraqis got, I think, 5 days of 24-hour bombardment by the coalition, but it was the US. So the Iranians will put all their stuff underground. Now, the only way to find this stuff out is to have something there on the ground. So I'm convinced that the United States, before they go in, they will absolutely swarm that country with small drones that are low to the ground that can pick up credible sensor readings. Those sensor readings will then be relayed back to a central command. That central command will then know where the radiation's coming from. It'll know where the obviously nuclear weapons are. It will know where the secret bases are. And, you know, they'll build up that intelligence picture like that. Now, if that's going to happen, the first thing the Iranians are going to do is blame the United States. But if it's already happened in the United States and we don't know who it is, and then the United States can say, hey, guys, it's not us. We had the same thing happen to us at the back end of 2024. So, you know, that's what I think it is. I think we're going to see these UAPs, these drones expand into other parts of the world. Guys, listen, I believe I'm the first person that's coming up with this idea. I first floated this like last week or maybe early this week. I can't remember. But it's certainly in my recent video. So that's my working theory. Now, let's just come on to some of these videos, guys, you know, because they are a bit, you know, we'll hang on, let me, which one is it? Is it that one? Yes. So I want to show you some of these videos because I think what we're having now is we're getting to a critical mass where people are faking videos. They're just for views, just for clout, just to get, just to get people viewing and people talking. And once you reach that critical mass, everything's a UFO, everything's aliens, everything's hysteria. And listen, you know, I would love this to be aliens. I'd love this to be aliens. I'd love it to be some alien technology coming down, and, you know, when we can all start to be an interplanetary civilization. I just don't see it. Now I'll come on to this. Let me come on to this first video here. I think it's this one. Yes. So let's make this big. Right. What do we think? I mean, first of all, okay, we've got this right in the center of a Ring doorbell. Straight away, you know, this is like yesterday. So this is supposed to be from yesterday, New Jersey, right in the middle of a Ring doorbell. You know, so straight away I'm thinking, okay, and why is that Ring doorbell angled up? It's just too perfect, and it just looks like somebody's done. It looks like this is CGI. Why is all these jump? Oh, it's right. Okay, it's the video on loop. So that one there, you know, I'm not seeing that as credible. I don't see that as credible at all. And there are a lot of these videos, you know, swarming round, and people are putting them up to get views, to get shares. Maybe it's even government agencies that are putting these videos up just to get shares, to get views, to get this hysteria built up, to get people, you know, really, really conscious about this. And let's not forget, you know, this might be far-fetched, but it's no more far-fetched than exploding pagers. What else have we got? We've got this one here that's been, and again, you know, this is something I spotted straight away, and I could tell exactly what it was. We've got this one here. Hang on. So this here, Let me this one here. I'll go to Wikipedia in a minute. I'll show you exactly what that is. So let's see it in flight.
Drone.
It's a big ass drone. It's the biggest one I've ever seen.
No, there was one like that in the field. They had.
Okay, so that one there is something called. So that one there is something called a black fly, I believe. Right, let me share this with you. Let me share Wikipedia with you. So that was a black fly. I recognize that straight away because the body of that is something. Obviously, the one that you've seen will be a development of this, but it's the similar sort of body shape. I was really when I first saw this like a couple of years ago, I was really interested in the body shape because one of the problems when you're having these vertical takeoff, vertical landing drones, you have to have the propellers facing up, obviously, because of you won't get off the ground otherwise. You won't be able to do a vertical takeoff. Now, if you want a tilt rotor, the mechanism to tilt the rotor is very heavy, and you sacrifice that weight for. I said a keyword in the video, may get banned. But you give in that weight for basically you're carrying the weight you're carrying for the tilt rotor. It's not good because it's a penalty. But having this configuration, you kind of get the best of both worlds because you can do more or less vertical takeoff. And then the gravity will let you, the different stall speeds on these wings, as you reach speed, you will level out into straight level flying. Anyway, guys, sorry, I'm slightly nerding out. We've got that one. So straight away, you can see now that a lot of these things are either fake or blatantly man-made. Now, I've got a couple more videos. Yeah, we've done that one. Now, this is the one I want. This is the one I want to finish on. So then we've got this one, which I believe is like most of the drones that people are seeing. So this one. So let's that one. I mean, that is literally just a fixed wing UAV with Christmas lights on it. Now, these would be the things that you would need to go and airplane. These are the things you would need if you was going to go. Oh, fuck, right, that's different. I think that genuinely is an airplane. So these fixed wing type drones. These are the things that you would need if you was going to go and look at, go snooping around Iran, looking for their nuclear facilities. So if we think that these are man-made, and a few of the things that people have not been saying, like, where's Elon Musk on this? Why has Elon Musk not come out and proposed something huge to take these down, or proposed the big starship to go and take them down? Well, I'll tell you why, because he's in on it. Now, this is not a diss to Elon. I've got no inside information on this. But what I would say is, right, have I got my... So if you think how normal drones operate, so you've seen the quadcopters take off, and the New Jersey police are chasing these things, and they're thinking, we can't get a lock onto them, we can't see how they're operating, and they're using those like jammers to try and take down the RF frequency of these drones. None of it's going to work. Why? I would suspect heavily that these drones are using the Starlink satellites to communicate and to operate their systems. So what you would do is you would use think about a webcam, or an IP camera. You know your IP. What are they? You know, you're an IP, an internet protocol pan tilt zoom camera. So rather than having your pan tilt zoom camera operate your right, hang on. Sorry, guys. So rather than have your pan tilt zoom camera operate left, right, up, down, you just have that operate ailerons, rudders, pitch up, pitch down, so you can operate that drone. So you literally, all you would need is a Starlink dish in the top of these drones, and you could operate them anywhere in the world. They wouldn't have radio frequency because they're not operating on radio frequency, and they would be absolutely immune to these RF jamming devices that people are using against them, and they wouldn't have a radio signature that people could lock onto. So straight away, you're starting to build up this picture. Guys, listen, unfortunately, I don't feel that these are aliens. That's what I think is going to happen. That's what I think is happening. I think in the days, weeks, months to come, certainly as soon as Trump's been inaugurated, Iran, and if it's not happened already, Iran is going to start to have its own drone problem. The Iranians are going to start to see swarms of drones all over their country. And then the Iranians are going to say, oh, we're having swarms of drones all over our south coast. Who could it be? Who could it be? Oh, it's you, America. And then the Americans will say, well, you know what, guys? We have the same problem at the back end of December, and we couldn't figure that out either. And then that's going to be building up the intelligence picture for the invasion that comes around March 2026. Guys, listen, I would love this to be aliens. I really would. I've not seen anything that would lead me to believe that this is nothing but man-made UAVs conducting a psyop on the for those reasons. Anyway, guys, I just thought I'd do a bit more of a video on that. It's kind of something that's off topic, but it is something I'm interested in. I am interested in aviation. I'm interested in space travel. I'm interested in humans getting off this planet and finally being able to become a multiplanetary civilization. But, we are constantly fighting wars and throwing things at each other that go kaboom, and we don't make anything. It's insane. Anyway, guys, so I'm going to back to grid. I'll get you guys another video later.